Well, I'm headed over to Big D's. I had to pick up some stuff for everybody today. I want to talk about the horses that trained today, the horses trained tomorrow. I had somebody say, hey, you didn't do a video of yesterday. Well, I am so sorry. I will get right on that. Listen, yesterday, I did forget when I left the barn. Weighing on me right now is my data on my phone. I burned through all of it. I had some help. I think Addie burned through some of it in the car, as did Ava and Ollie. And I did too. So, burned through 150 gigabytes of data this month. And it rolls over in 2 days, of course, so I get the message that many of you may get to go through data. Oh, you're 75% or you're 90% of your high-speed data. I don't know why they say that you can go over and use the other data, the other junk garbage data that does nothing. You couldn't load. It would take you a month to load everything, on that data. That's an embarrassment that they would even try and use that, but you're at 90%, so click A for 2 gigabytes. 2 gigabytes would be like giving an alcoholic a shot glass full of beer. It's just not going to help. I need the full package, need the full court press. Give me the 6-pack, 12-pack. So I had to go with 10 gigabytes, and I had to pay for it, obviously. It's $40 or $20 or whatever the hell it is. And so that was weighing on my mind yesterday. I left the barn. I said, I'll do the video for today, and then I'll load it later. And then somebody called, and I never got it done. So I was heading to Ohio last night. It was Curtis's birthday this week. So, we wanted to go out as a family and friends. So we had about 10 or 12 people out to the restaurant last night. The service was very slow, which it is this time of year. They're trying to get as many parties in as they can. Service was slow, and I thought I would be out of there around 8:15, 20 after 8. Instead, we get out of there at 20 after 9. So I didn't even get to Ohio until 1:30 in the morning, 1:35 in the morning. And I could have done the video then. I said, you know what, I'm just going to do all the video. I'm a little hesitant to do it now because in 2 hours I qualify the big skyscraper, as Ollie and Ava call him. Home the Tone. It's a giant of an animal. What a beautiful horse. He qualifies today. We had some trainers today in the race bike. Silent Assassin trained again. We could qualify her now if we had to. But as I said to Jason, I want her screwed in as tight as she can be right now. Because I don't think that she is going to be a stake filly. She might be like a, what do they call it? The Excelsior filly, but she's not a stake filly. And is she a keeper? Are we going to keep her forever? Probably not. But I want her good right now because she can most definitely should be able to do in an hours 1, hours 2 type situation. There should be racing for Silent Assassin in the near future, but I want her ready to rock. She's been in 2-4, backed her up a little bit today. She made a break on Brody actually, but backed her up a little bit today. We'll drop the hammer on her again next week. Stonebridge Acadi, I trained him good the other day, real hard the other day. His blood come back good. Jason Merriman went with him today. He said, geez, he's kind of a nice horse, eh? I said, yeah, he was racing good for Mario, and then he had that little tie-up episode where both him and Hikati tied up, him and Gypsy tied up in the same week. And we're both repeat offenders shortly thereafter. So Gypsy went to the field. This guy came to Ohio. I just think there's a lot of classes here for him right now. Speaking of classes, we're all about to get a splash of cold water in the face here when the draw for Mohawk comes out. I think as of right now, of the 6 or 7 we entered, Stay Close is the only horse that's getting in. The open trot didn't fill. I warned everybody, and it's going to happen. Locatelli is likely going to the Meadows for the open trot, which I do not want to do at all. But he's got a race. The horse just come off the best mile of his life and can't get in. And the Meadowlands, buzzsaw. Not really in a big hurry of sending him far away. If we could race him at the Meadows a start or two until the open trot fills up again, we can fill a spot, between White Tiger, Resolute Bay, Looks Like Money. That may not even be the only 3. We have horses that can race in the open trot if we need to, that preferred handicap. As of right now, there's only HB Mama B and Locatelli in the entire province. No, in the entire country of Canada that are eligible, that are ready to race in the open trot. Everybody else would be fillers for them. And it wasn't that long ago that Locatelli was a filler. So it's a very frustrating situation to be in with Locatelli. I know the last thing Harry wants to do is send this horse off somewhere. He spent a year getting him good, and now he's going to be drugged down by classes not filling. It's a very frustrating situation, but this is racing. Just when you think you have it figured out, we got the horses for the classes, they're racing good, everything's good. Oh wait, the classes didn't fill. It's very frustrating. But at the same token, there's no recourse. There's nothing we can do. So it looks like Locatelli's probably going to take a trip south for a couple of weeks to the Meadows. So for those of you that are involved with Locatelli, I'm sure many of you have your multiple jurisdictional licenses already. But for those of you that are involved with Locatelli that happen to be lucky enough to own more than 4% of them, you will need a Pennsylvania license for next week. He will be going to the Meadows. I don't even know if White Tiger's class is going to go. Here's probably the most under-raced horse all year. Every week it seems like he's getting a week off. He's not going to the Meadows. I don't want him on a 5/8 without hobbles on. I'm not putting the hobbles on him just to race him on a 5/8. It would be here at the Meadowlands. I don't know what classes there are there for him at the Meadowlands. And hopefully we can get him raced this week at Mohawk. I'm hoping I pick up I look at the entries and somehow they got one of those classes to fill, but it's not optimistic. And when it comes to Resolute Bay and looks like money, sure, they can have a week off. Not the end of the world. Right? So, little frustrating situation with them, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. We do our best to move the horses around. Speaking of that, I just watched My Jazz win in 57-2. Not the most impressive mile I've ever seen her, but was the most impressive mile since her return to racing. So great job by Tim and Tim's crew. Great job by Dave Pallone. I'm glad I didn't have to rush over there today because we actually got a lot done at the barn training those two horses, but going with the babies also. Had a good day. The horses that I would categorize as struggling somewhat so far made huge recoveries. I don't know if recovery is the right word because they're trying to get there. They were never there to recover. Huge advances this week. Horse like Green Tea, I talked to Dr. Rucker on the phone, and then, I was pretty hard on him 2 weeks ago. We trained him rather hard, and he was tired when he came in, and much like a coach, when you screw up running, putting you through when I was a kid, it was running around the baseball field if you dropped the ball or booted the ball playing baseball. Not allowed to do that anymore. But when you screwed up, you knew it. You were tired the next practice, and that's how some of the horses are. These are athletes, and we work them hard. And Green Tea and a couple of horses were not doing the work the way we wanted them. Some of them just needed equipment adjustments. Some of them needed attitude adjustments, and they were very, very tired 2 weeks ago. And I'll tell you what, come out today, and last week Green Tea trained awesome. First time he's ever trotted the whole mile. Followed it up with another clean line again today. Made a break in the turn after, but we were scooting pretty good down the lane. But I like the way he's trying to figure out how to trot through the turn quicker than he's able to do right now, and I like that. I like that now he's understanding this is my job, and it's actually fun when I'm good at it. And that's how it feels anyway to me. Much better attitude today and a much better mile from him today. Many of you asked me about Lebec in action. She was very, very, very good today. Very impressed with her today. Skinny, frail, needs a lot of groceries and a lot of work, but I'll tell you what, attitude-wise, very good today. I was super happy. You know what? I'm just getting to Big D's. I'm going to pull in, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to run through the entire lineup of what took place the last 48 hours at the stable.ca. Aside from the horses racing well. Well, I guess nobody raced yesterday, but today so far, My Jazz was fantastic, so that's good. First set in Ontario yesterday, so it was cold when we woke up, very cold, but then as the day went on, much like today, just turned into just an amazingly beautiful day. Right around that 0 mark. Now it's +4, I believe, Celsius. It's 40, right? I guess around there, +4. +4 right now in Ohio. It was hovering around 0 yesterday, but it was a really, really nice day. So the first set was Seasons of Love. Now, I asked Preston to fiberglass those toe weights back on Seasons of Love for a reason. She got a little rough yesterday and swung to the pace. So we didn't get them on yet. We will have them on for her next training trip. They'll be on Friday morning. So Seasons of Love was good right up until that point. I like this filly out. The day I went with her, and that was while this whole toe weight and sore foot debacle was going on, she was very good that day training. So I suspect she'll return to that. Now, we still have the open toe shoes on her. She doesn't need those anymore, but I'm not going to rush out and change her footwear. Next time we shoe her, they can be changed. So, but she was good up until that point. Blarney Castle was James's colt. He made a break. Hallie and the Clouds made a break on Amy. Amy went with Hallie and the Clouds. So who did Danny go with? This is not the right lineup. These are the old lineups. Okay, no problem. I can work through it. Hallie and the Clouds went with Amy. Went with Hallie and the Clouds. She was a little rough. I know who Danny went with myself in this bar. Fluoroscope come back good. I didn't fill everybody in the fluoroscopes. We had Winter Bells and Hallie and the Clouds fluoroscope. Both fluoroscope fine. Little roughness in areas, but no OCDs, no issues, no lingering problems, nothing to worry. Be on the lookout for this or that. Clean bill of health. So Danny went with myself in the bar. Hobbles were a bit long, no bandages on him behind. He run a couple of times, but he said he's coming. The horse himself just looks worn out, a little beat up. So maybe it was just a little health issue. Maybe you just have to, get him built back up, and that's just going to take a little time. But Hallie and the Clouds made a break on Amy. I said, we're going to put a blister on her knees, hocks, and stifles, put toe weights and bell boots on her, and she'll be fine, and I believe that will be fine for Hallie. Lonely Lakewood actually went in a later set, but we'll talk about Lonely Lakewood. He was very good also. Really, really impressed with what I saw from Lonely Lakewood. And Flashfly got the job done without hobbles. Now, she maxed out at around 256. We went in 255, 256. She was maxed out at that speed, but she's growing. She's learning how to trot, and she's staying sensible. Very happy with what I saw from them. And the breaks or no breaks, I don't care. I didn't have any issues with the first set. The weight in the shoes can go back on. Seasons of Love, that's not a hard thing to do. Hallie and the Clouds, a little bit of weight on her. Put a little scurf on her. Not a hard thing to do. Blarney Castle, I think James said he was going to put the trot and hobbles back on him. Myself in the bar, just work. Just work. Vitamins, work. And that's it. Flashfly and Lonely Lakewood were both good, although I'll be honest, Lonely Lakewood was not in this set. In this set was Don't Talk About Bruno, and Don't Talk About Bruno was very, very good. So a good first set, good day all around. Second set were the Pacers. I moved insider trading in with the Pacers, as I told you guys the other day, and it was more glaringly obvious to me now. I don't know what's gonna. I guess I'll preface this by saying, remember, Merchant Man was the best yearling we had when they were training, best 2-year-old in January. And although we gelded him and he grew up, he's got a lot of work to do to catch up to the likes of Crantini and Carter Michael Dio, who already raced and made lots of money racing. So what we talk about today, and this horse is insider trading, is the fastest horse we have so far, and it means absolutely nothing. So she was very, very good. Beat the Pacers. And I just played with her. Parked, sit along the rail, 3 wide in the last turn, drove away from them. One of them actually run trying to keep up with her. She has put it all together and is our fastest trotter right now. And we have some really, really nice horses, but there is a top of the heap on both sides. And right now, insider trading was amazing. McPaisley was one that made a break coming out of the turn. I don't think she loves the flip-flops, and the track was very deep also. Hard for a lot of these horses to get through that deep stuff with flip-flops on. Insider trading did it. McPaisley just rolled off stride. Time is on my side. Amy Wentworth said he was way, way better. She went with him last time. Said, he's just so... She goes, he's a bit lazy, isn't he? And I said, well... That's okay. When you spark him up, he goes fast. You remember the day I showed you guys the drone and I was going with him, and they kind of opened up and he shot right through and drove away. I said, there's lots of spark there. She goes, no, he was way, way better this week. So she was happy with him. Jayport Beach Boy looked really, really good today. James put him in gear a couple of times. He said, this guy's way better this week. Well, you're going to see those huge leaps forward at the start of the training, and then they get smaller, right? You see those incremental, those marginal improvements over the course of 6-7 months, but now is the first time where you see these giant leaps forward. And Jayport Beach Boy obviously was like that. Watch Your Mouth was very good also. Very happy with Watch Your Mouth. Great Bet was good again yesterday. I'm trying to remember. I moved Winter Bells out of this set. Oh, and I moved Winter Bells out and put Insider Trading in. Okay, I see what I did there. So McPaisley, very good. Made a little break coming out of the turn, but not even worried about that. Time Is On My Side was very good. Jayport Beach Boy, very good. Great Bet, Watch Your Mouth. And then obviously Insider Trading was fantastic. If you're following along, 2 for 2 for Anthony. It's about to be 3. George of the Jungle was good. Made a few little equipment changes with George. He was much, much better. Mario said he was way better. Drebin was scratched, had a little small temperature and a little swelling in his glands. It's just, obviously we do too when we get sick. So he was fine today, but little temperature yesterday. There's no rush. So Drebin had the day off. Easy. Actually, I thought Amy beat me with Easy on the turns, and Lonely Lakewood was in the middle. There were 3 across, and I just tapped Winter Bells on the tail, and she shot through. I might have come back on a beater, I don't know, but Johnny and I and Amy were right across the track, and all 3 of them that I got a real good look at looked fantastic. International Spy was right behind us. He was very, very good also in there. I think, where did Lonely Lakewood? Oh, Lonely Lakewood was in here. So who did Johnny? Johnny had Lonely Lakewood in the middle, right? Lonely Lakewood was in the middle. Easy on the Turns was on the far outside. Winter Bells was along the rail. Behind me was International Money. Drebin was scratched. George of the Jungle was right there. All 5 of them right there at the wire. It was a really good set and a really good day in Ontario. Very happy with what I saw there. Then we moved to Ohio. Good day today. We had a couple of scratches. Gypsy popped a curb right behind. That needs to be cryoed, so he's out of commission for a week or 2, but he's running what's his name? Gypsy Hill, right? Gypsy Hill. He's not way, but he was our best trotter on this side. One of them, I shouldn't say best. He wasn't by far the best, not by a long shot. He was one of the top 3, I would say. Popped a curb, so we're going to cryo that, and away we go. Today, Pickpocket was good in the first. We did make some changes in here. Militant went in the first set also. He was very good. Prince Charmer must have hit his knee training the other day, and he got a little heat in the knee, and it filled up a little bit, which is not like he hits his knees. You might say, oh, he put a set of knee boots on and might pick at them, but it looked like he come up and give it a little crack there, and it was a little warm, so gave him the day off, just jogged him. Royal Emeralds was good. Ready for Landing. Over on the left shaft, made a couple little breaks. It was much better today. Still got to work on Ready for Landing. There's a horse that went from perfect to got to work on him. I got to actually message the blacksmith. I want to put ag bars on him behind also. Really Don't Care. Where'd she go? I didn't see her out there, to be honest. She's been amazing, so I don't see there being a problem there, but I personally did not see her in the first set. Mel Gibbs won also, Joey said was fantastic. So Pickpocket, good. Prince Charmer was good. Militant was good. Royal Emeralds was very good in that set also. Ready for Landing, made a couple of breaks, but improving. Still trying to assess what's going on with him. Going to put egg bars on him behind, put a little blister on him. He'll be fine. Really Don't Care and Mel Gibbs won were good also. The pace, Cowboy by the Sea was very strong. On the far outside, Venice Blue Chip was flying. Really, really nice filly. You know, when you're talking first crop sires right now, if you're going to ask me your preliminary thoughts on the sires, Dancing Yankees seem a bit sour, although they were better today. And the Lather Ups look amazing. We have 2. Both have been very, very good. Super happy with Electric Line and Venice Blue Chip. They were both very good today. Paycheck Princess made a break in the same place halfway down the lane. Straight away, I can assure you what's happening. Probably getting close to a quarter, crossfiring a bit, made a break and rolled off stride. Let her hobbles out. The flip-flops don't help her. But I'm more worried. I don't really care about the speed and how fast she can do it right now. I just want her to be comfortable. And if she continues to struggle in the straightaways, we will take those flip-flops off. But for now, I'm leaving them on, and I'm happy to leave them on. Arson was awesome again. This is a really, really nice colt. Jason loves this horse. So Born to Dance was good. The Dancing Yankee. He hasn't been gelded yet. He did train today. He was good. Arson was very good. Cowboy by the Sea won the set, wrapped up. Over on the left shaft a bit. We need to work on those hind sesamoids with him, which is fine. Lauren is on top of that. Electric Line, Venice Blue Chip, Paycheck Princess, all good. Yes, Paycheck Princess made a break. Not the end of the world. I'm not concerned at all. Now the next set, a bit of an impressive group of horses. 3rd and 6th. I didn't train him because I'm castrating him, and that's the only reason. You might say, well, you could have trained him until you castrated him. Nope. No, I'm not gonna. I was so mad at him the other day. We're not gonna train him until he is fully castrated and recovered. That will be 3rd and 6th. Looked good on the track jogging today. Was not going to train him. The winner in this set was actually surprising, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. No Chance in Hill might have got up, and he was actually flying late. Top speed for him. I was surprised when I saw him coming out of the clouds. I think he might have run down the leader. Another very huge surprise. Sunset Acres Girl. Somebody messaged me today, said, Anthony, and I'm going to say it in this voice, but I don't really know how the emails are meant, right? You can't discern tone in the emails, and that's a problem everybody has. I do it too sometimes. I'll tell you how I assumed the tone was. Anthony, any updates on Sunset Acres Girl other than her lineage? That's probably not how it was meant, but that's how I interpreted it. I talk about her lineage because it's funny. She's a horribly bred animal, but she looks good on the track. Nothing matters now. I don't care who she's by, who she's out of, what she's done, where she's going. She is going to be afforded the same opportunity as our best horses. She's going to get a chance to train down the same way they all do and use the tools that were given to her. And it appears she has a few more in the box than we thought, to be honest. She looked good today. Daryl come with her herd, drove away, wrapped up. Brody might have got to him. I don't know. I don't think he did, but he might have with No Chance in Hill. He was flying on the outside. Vaquero Blue Chip was in the middle, and he looked very, very good also. I didn't realize how good this was, and I forgot, or how good he was. I forgot he's a half-brother to Spider Blue Chip. Now, for the Father Patricks are watching them and either pinning yours, I am going to castrate memory and imagination. And he's been good the last 2 weeks, but always has that little, you chirp to him and his ears will go back a little bit. You tap on the tail and he'll give you that little dirty kind of look out of the corner of his eye or act like he's going to kick. That's the stuff that Enzo used to do, and I used to get a kick out of it. I used to think it was cute. He's got that edge to him. He'll come. No, that's a little dirt. And if I see any of that, the Father Patricks are going to be immediately castrated. And memory and imagination has already passed that line. He trained good today, trained good the other day, but he is going to be castrated. Vaquero Blue Chip hasn't. I don't think he's passed it. Now, I haven't gone with him, but I've watched him. He's an impressive-looking colt, and I was very, very impressed with him today. Pull the Shoes looked good today. Sedona Hill, Amy's filly, looked amazing also. Very happy with her. Blanton's Blue had a temperature last night. We didn't go with him today. So in this set, Vaquero Blue Chip was very good. Pull the Shoes was very good. Sedona Hill was very good. Gypsy Hill was scratched because we have to cryo a curb on him. No Chance in Hill, fantastic. 3rd and 6th scratched because he is going to be castrated. Sunset Acres Girl was amazing. And Blanton's Blue scratched because he had a temperature last night. Decent set. We had 6 sets today, by the way. Set number 4, Levesque in action. I lost my whip in the first turn. Scott stepped on it. It happens sometimes. Lost my whip, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, this filly needs to be tapped and stuff. What am I going to do now? I tried to pick it up going by the next lap, and it just rolled out of my fingers. So, in all of this, the filly trained amazing. I like this filly. I can tell you her only problems. She's 100 pounds underweight. Now, she's not skinny. She's just a smaller filly, very frail, skinny arse on her. She needs lots of food and a lot of work. The work she can handle without making her angry, and as much food as she can get in her face, in her gullet. I think horses have gullets. Of course they do. So Levesque in action. Happy with this filly today. She's cranky. She can be moody. But I like her. She was good on the track. Southwind Digit was very good. Now, I don't know how this got mixed up, where this set got mixed up, but I went with both of those horses, and it appears they're written down as the same set. So what happened was, I don't have my hotspot on. I just went through that with you with the Wi-Fi, so my iPad is not updated. These are the sets from the other day. It's fine, though. I'm going to tell you how the horses went. Southwind Digit was very good today, 1 mile and 2:49, which is a little more than I wanted to go, and I told everybody, hey, slow down. There's no rush. They don't race for 7 months. So, and usually I'm the guy speeding. But, after doing this at this size, at this capacity, and seeing the horses get better and better and better, I realized that, even though we want to have them ready, there is a timetable for it, right? And we change what we do a little bit also. 248 or 9, little more than I'd like to go with them today, even though they're all ready to go in 245. I would rather go in 253 with this set, 254, but it's not the end of the world. When you're sitting behind horses that came from Harrisburg and they're in with horses that came from Lexington, understand the situation. That horse that you're going with was broke 1 month before the one I'm going with. Just take it easy. So, Southwind Digit was good. Levesque in Action was good. Chirohola, first day with the hobbles. She didn't look that good on the track. I think we got to take the flip-flops off her and work on her. When I went with her, she's been in 253, but you had to pick her and pick and chase and roar. I think we just take the flip-flops off and work forward with her, and she'll be fine. She wasn't as good today, but she'll bounce back. Purple People Eater was very good. Horse that surprised the hell out of me. Activation looked amazing today. This, again, is the Father Patrick horse. The day one horse we bought on a buyback. Looked very, very good on the track. Goldbug Hanover was good again. And Union Suit, I get up to beat Union Suit at the wire for 5th. He was 6th, but he was beat a length and a quarter maybe. I just kind of slithered through with Levesque in Action, and she was very good. Very impressed with her today. Very happy with her in that set. Horse that did look good today. I'm Fancy Like. Now, I told you guys that the Dancing Yankees look sour, because they do look a little bit sour, some of them. The two that we have are both cranky-looking horses. This filly was very good today. Much, much, much better. Big improvement from I'm Fancy Like. Melanie's Michaela was good also today. Victory Blue Chip was good. Affection, got a little pacey and ran on Brody. She's a little tricky. We're going to go from a cancy back, which she wears now, back to a closed bridle, put a martingale on her, a little weight up front. She'll never pace again. I like this filly. She's done everything great. She struggles a little bit with Brody, but, Brody's learning too. Memory and Imagination was good today. Better the other day, but good today. We're going to castrate him. I think Mike said Monday he was going to do 2. If he can do 3, this guy will be castrated on Monday. And Irresistible Sun, we put the hobbles on him today. Jason said he was good. Just got to watch him in the straightaways. I said, yes, I'm aware. I'm supposed to have a Murphy on the outside. But he did make a break in the turn on Jason 2. But he ended up going a mile on 248. Again, a little more than I wanted him to go. He was ready to go there. I just want to get him backed up a little bit. So that set 2 was very good. And then the last set, I was really pleased with Green Tea again today. I like it when, they make it to the principal's office. We drop the hammer on them and work them hard for 2-3 days. And then you come back a week later and their attitude has changed. They're now cooperative. They want to do their work. They're happy to do their work. That's a good feeling. For me, it feels like, we've reached an agreement, so to speak. And very happy with what I saw with Green Tea today. Widespread Panic looked good again today. Antilles Hanover, Gary, we joke, Gary, I'm not going to say his last name, sends me messages about, remember we were jostling back and forth in both Harrisburg and Kentucky about Tactical Landing and International Money, and Gary loves International Money. Can we please get more International Monies? I love International Money. Well, I like them both. I like all the horses. I want value. That's what I want to see, and whether it was with Tactical Landing or International Money, both had decent seasons. The best International Monies, for the most part, in North America, we had in our barn. So, yes, they did very good for us. I love the breed. Nice horses. Tactical Landing had a good year also, as I said to Gary. Might want to take a look at the stats on Tactical Landing. He had a pretty good year also. And we get some pretty deep pedigrees with Tactical Landing on the top of them here in this barn. So I am going to protect them also, and I am going to tout them when I can. Antilles Hanover, though. International Money, this guy is not built to have a good attitude. He is not built to be a great trotter because he bumps along and he's towed out a little bit and he'll slap at himself. I'll tell you what he wants to do. Be the best horse he can be. I love this horse's attitude now. Just a great way about him. I believe Jason got up and won with the filly again. Oh, snap. You got up and beat this bunch, I believe. No, they didn't. No. He didn't even come close. There was a horse won by 2 lengths wrapped up, I believe, and that was Lover's Play. Good-looking filly. Really good-looking filly. Really happy with her. Who did I go with? I went with Green Tea. Joey went with Widespread Panic. He said he was good. A little strong in the mouth pulling up, but good in the mile. Antilles Hanover was Daryl. He was very good. Jason went with Oh Snap You. She was very good. Lover's Play was awesome. Scotty Hill went with Lover's Play. Mounds for All was good also. Jason Merriman went with him. Sweeney made a break today with Brody. I don't know. I expect a lot from Brody sometimes, and Sweeney, hobbles need to be a little bit tighter. We're going to maybe put a snake cord in his mouth. I just want him under control, right? He's just nervous. He's nervous all the time, looking around. He doesn't really know what to do because he's a green trotter. Nothing I just said is a bad thing. Nothing. But he needs to be taught. So he's learning. When you look at where he was when he walked in the barn to where he is now, he's already learned quite a bit. But we need him to keep learning. Made a little break on Brody today, but I'm not worried about that. I'll go with him next time. I just could not go with him today. But I will next time we go. So that is a little update. My Jazz, a winner already today. I'm going to go qualify our boy in an hour and a half or so. Hone the tone. And then race my other boy here tonight, Dustin Hanover. So, big night for us tonight. Horses getting ready to qualify, coming off qualifiers. Biggest chore we have over the next week is getting our horses situated. Thought we had them in a good place, then the classes weren't filling. Problem is, it's Christmas break. Doyle Transport said they're not shipping over here. The main shippers coming over here seem to be having the week off, so what do we do? They will get here next week. I don't care if I have to come back to Ohio, drive our truck and trailer back there, get on a manifest from somebody, and bring the horses back myself. I will, if that's what it takes. They will be here next week. So Locatelli will race in the Open at the Meadows. I believe our newest horse will also race at Northfield Park or the Meadows, one or the other. HP Maestro. Dustin will be back in next week. We'll have a number of horses. I don't know where My Jazz is going to go, but we'll have a number of horses to race next week. So a great video. There you go, Marco. 31 minutes. 31 minutes. You can listen to me go on and on and on about all the babies, not just Ontario, but Ohio. The horses today. We're off to a good start. I hope you guys are having a great week. It's almost Christmas. It's a great time here to be a part of the stable and a great time of the year. Take care.